Sports Stars Magazine here. Kirra Pantaleon, probably the woman that feels most familiar in this pool. And obviously she showed it in the biggest moments. Just two absolutely extraordinary goals in the most clutch situations in the fourth quarter to force overtime. And then obviously Mater Dei outlast Orange Lutheran for a third time this season in overtime. Not only your ability to execute those shots, but just like your courage and your will and your determination to take those shots. How much do you want the ball in those type of situations?
Well, I guess I definitely do want it. I think coming down towards the end of the game when we were tied, I was pass it. I don't know, just for the foul shots late in the game when we were tied and stuff. But as you were saying, I'm definitely familiar with Foothill in this pool, so I don't know. It was kind of I don't know. Yeah, just late in the game when we were tied, definitely.
You have such an uncanny ability off of the reset, off the foul, right? Your just ability to to pick up an attack. I mean, do you feel like that is something that has been developed over the course of your career? Or do you think for an elite athlete such as yourself, that's something that's kind of innate? I mean, where people just process the game at a different speed.
Well, definitely the foul shot is a new thing I've learned when I've been at Mater Dei with Coach Chris and Coach Nate. They've taught me foul shots, kind of different ones, focusing on that a little bit in practice. So I've definitely developed that over time this year. So.
Most definitely. So because I had the blessing of speaking with you after Newport, and we talked about 1 for 12, right? This morning 6 for 10. Obviously, that's what Mater Dei is all about, right? Then you have a match here where you're going 28 minutes of regulation and begging for for a kick out. But just how significant was it that when the group did get those opportunities in overtime, that you attacked and executed right away?
Well, it was definitely kind of keeping our patience was definitely a big thing on our 6-on-5, kind of focusing on the good 1 to 6 passes, big passes, not kind of passing it out of the lane line, which was something that happened a lot during the Newport game, which kind of caused those turnovers. But I think looking for the post as well was a big thing that we did on 6-on-5 today, which was good.
As I said to Sienna and I said to Chris as well, to beat a team of this caliber 3 times is remarkable. To do it in a semifinal and a final of tournaments, even more so. So, 2-part question. First, the fact that no team in Southern Section history, because this tournament's only 4 years old, no team in Southern Section history, even the Orange Lutheran team that went undefeated, has never won these 3 tournaments because they won the SoCal Championships. They didn't win this tournament. So the fact that you're the first group to do it, but the fact that you've had to go through that team, semifinals, finals to do it, how meaningful is that?
Well, Olu is definitely a great team, so I think in all, any victory is great, but I think definitely Olu being undefeated, as you said last year, kind of coming back this year and kind of winning as a team has been obviously a great thing throughout the whole year. And as you're saying, winning every tournament is just kind of crazy to think about. I don't know, but definitely thankful for the team and us being really close. So yeah, it's just a great win.
And so the second part, Kirra, is, and while the group deserves to celebrate all night tonight, tomorrow if you wish, right? Tuesday, everything resets, and it's I almost feel bad for your group that it's the schedule lines up the way it does, that it's you have to see them again on Tuesday. We all believe that you're going to see them again, in the open playoffs, regional playoffs, all of the above. But the fact that it's you almost have to reset immediately to be we got this is only one chapter. We got to do it all over again on Tuesday. Is that good for this group? Just to keep everybody dialed in and focused.
Well, I think first in January we've been having a lot of games back to back tournament and then a game over the week and then another tournament, and I think as a team we've all kind of gotten used to that, as well as having a ton of practices before that, and I think we're used to that, but also as an athlete, it's good to have kind of I don't know,
short memory.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. That's what I thought you were going to say. I just want to make sure. See, we're finishing each other's sentences now, Kirra. This is scary.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good thing to have. But I think we're definitely ready for Tuesday. It being a couple days away, but I think the practice on Monday is going to be good kind of preparing, but since we've played them 3 times, I think we kind of
there's no secrets and there's no surprises.
Right,
It's just,
right.
it just basically comes down to the team that's the most efficient, and the fact that obviously, when you played them in the semifinals at Barnett, and obviously when you played them in the final at Santa Barbara, and Chris and Nate and I were talking about, you drew a lot of exclusions and you took advantage of those.
Right.
Today it was very minimal,
Right.
and they had a bunch of 5 meters,
Yeah.
and you still won. Like, is that encouraging? At the fact that it's like, hey, a lot didn't go our way, but yet when it mattered most, like, it did go our way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. Like, I think like it comes down to like kind of having like a fight in the pool, like for each other, but also just for winning, I guess. Kind of like, as you're saying, like there was a lot of 5 meters, which like it's like a lot of like really like antsy, like kind of waiting for the 5 and then it being a goal. But I think coming back to the line like really fast, like after a goal, like kind of sprinting back and like kind of forgetting it, and like going on the next possession is like what we've been working on a lot. Kind of like sprinting back to half is like something that like we've worked on a lot, which I think has like helped kind of like after a goal like get back to half, like next possession kind of thing.
Absolutely. I hope you got some more magic and some more heroics in that brilliant right arm of yours on Tuesday. But obviously, if we're calling this a homecoming, it was an absolutely magnificent one. Phenomenal job today. Congratulations.
Thank you.